yeah, so I thought I would just reply with a video as well, because so you can see me, I guess. I'm not trying to scam anyone out of money. I don't know how many times. This genuinely will be the last time I say anything about it. The GoFundMe is just to help me with a car. I'm in my mum's car right now because she doesn't need it, but that's rare, and I need to get out and about. I have 2 health conditions. I have 3 in total, but 2 from the Met. I have a disability badge. I need a vehicle to get out and about. Otherwise, I am trapped and bound to my home, and I can't help people from my home, and I can't go to speaking events and work without a car. I do have a job. I founded my own organisation where there's workshops. I go and speak at events personally as well, and I sell all my stuff to get by. I spent 7 months applying for jobs, didn't really get anywhere, because my story was quite high in the media at the time in like March, April, so I went into making my own organisation, and I can say I'm pretty content with that. I'm on YouTube and I'm on this. I've got Creative Fund on here, which I'm trying to make use of. I've got a YouTube, which I'm trying to then start earning, so I will earn that way, and that's through speaking on policing misconduct and other things that I'm very passionate about: anti-animal exploitation, unnecessary horrific wars, and just political events in the UK and around the world. I do have family in the police, and I do not judge them for staying, because everyone has their own circumstances and their own financial ties, and I don't judge anyone in my family, and I don't judge anyone that comes to my organisation that wants to speak out but has to stay because they're bound economically. I don't judge. I have family in the police that hold the police to account just as much as I did, but from inside, and I am very content with them staying and doing a fantastic job helping London and holding the police to account and not being complicit or quiet. And sickness, yes. I was off a lot because of the situation. I was put on something called an IMA, which is informal management action, where they basically say you've been sick a certain amount of times, like, can you just try not to be sick again? Nothing formal. I was on that a few times. Then they stopped my sick pay. So actually for the last sort of 6 months, I wasn't getting any pay. So I was off sick, but I didn't get any pay. And I'm sorry, but that job is horrific. And they do not give you enough welfare support. All you are is scrutinised and berated for any little mistake you make, and never patted on the back for something good that you do. And that's across the board in policing. I remember someone even called 101 to thank me for being so kind, because they were nervous to call the police because they'd had such bad experiences before. And I went and told my line manager, and they were like, yeah, okay, but it's not useful, this report of this CAD number that says that you're really good, like, just whatever. And I just thought, wow, okay, you, like, great. So I'm sorry, I'm gonna take the sick time when I need it. You are not supported properly, and I said this throughout my 5-year career. You are not supporting me properly. There's no welfare. All you do is stick a number on the wall and say ring that if you feel like shit. There is no welfare. Even the time where I nearly unalived myself and I went to work and had a massive breakdown, they had to get my family to come down and calm me down. I was like, can I go home now then, please? Or are you going to make me work after this breakdown? And they were like, yeah, go. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm going to drive now, so I feel a bit shit, but can, like, my family take me home, like, drive me home? Nope, nothing. They just were quite content with me waiting outside for 4 hours till my family member finished. So there's no welfare, there's nothing like that. So I don't care if I took a lot of sick time throughout the situation. They failed me massively, and they failed the public massively. I'm sorry if it's taxpayers' money, but I don't regret taking the sick time, because I was not properly supported. And it's taxpayers' money, but it's the government providing that money to the police, and then the government not making the police better or holding them to account, and it's the police that are not doing a good job that you should be cross at. I will never be ashamed for using the sickness, never ever. That job is consistent trauma and stress and a load of depression, and they don't help you through it. So I am not remorseful of that. I was not going to be sacked for that. I wasn't even on a disciplinary, nothing like that. I had staff members that were very much on my side. My line manager was quite on my side about it. I was never going to be sacked. The only hint that I could have got in trouble was when I started speaking out on social media. And they started handing me policies about, you need to be careful what you say online, otherwise you could get dismissed for gross misconduct. So apart from that, and that didn't even turn into anything because I was very careful. I worded it as emergency services, so I was able to get around that. I never had any disciplinaries, nothing. And people used to call up 101 to thank me for being so polite, and I even had other call handlers say to me that you're too nice, and I used to think you can never be too nice. Like, people are calling up in their most vulnerable moments. I want to be kind and caring, and I want to set the tone for decent policing. When you're a call handler and you answer in a agitated, fed up, irritated way, that member of public is just gonna already have a shit interpretation of which officers are coming to come and deal with them. So I'm not apologetic. I'm very transparent. I don't really know what else to say. All the records, the legal records will be public shortly, and the director who I named and shamed has already retired randomly and is moving country randomly 2 days after I named and shamed him. After he'd only just come into the career, and yeah, there's other stories coming forward about the individuals that I've named and shamed that were involved, and even it's just bizarre. Like, can you I really shouldn't engage with this shit, and this will be the last time. But if you're gonna do this, could you at least have your real name in your profile picture, like I've done? I'm not ashamed, I back what I say. But if you have to come on a cherry cheesecake stupid emoji burner account, it's pathetic. It really is. Show your real name and your real face, and I doubt you will, because you are an idiot. But yeah, it's just thought I'd come on and clear a few things up.